Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter-like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure. Beef loaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, My Sock Summer. And your host. He's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom. Cherise E.
Thank you, Quarnsey. Welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If Beef Loaf says allegedly, or that he wrote a blog about that, you drink. If My Sock Summer mentions his time on the West Coast, or punches one of us in the face, you drink. If I swear or say, here's the thing, you drink. And if Wally pleads the fifth, you drink.
Yes.
Wow. Woo. Also, you can make any of us shut the fuck up for 5 minutes by tipping $5. Yes. Now, we have a guest on tonight, so no solo MSS unless you go to his OnlyFans page. And you can make all of us drink with a tip of $1.08. Speaking of which, fellas, what are you drinking? Beef Loaf, what are you drinking tonight?
Boys, I got red wine tonight, but guess what? I'm going with a Spanish red wine. And also, I'm going to use actual stemware. I got my Riedel stemware, and we're just gonna be fancy tonight, boys. We got a guest in the house, longtime guy. It's time for me to be fancy with the fellas, so I can't wait to get wine drunk with y'all.
How fancy you getting?
How fancy am I getting? I'm getting. Right now, I'm drinking a Whistle Pig. I think 7-year right now, 100 proof. But I'm going to go into day 4 of the Dougie Fresh bourbon advent calendar.
Damn.
That's my next pour. I don't know what this is. I did not check the video. Dougie's been sending us videos every night like, hey, this was what was in there. And it was telling us what it was. Like, it's been giving us some bangers. Yesterday's was I'm not ruining anything for you guys. Early Times bourbon, 100 proof bottled in bond, that if you find the plastic cap version, it's really good, but the one that's a metal cap is not good. So now it nearly made me stop at a liquor store when I was on my route today to the thrift stores to just go see if they had plastic cap Early Times. Yeah, I'll get more into the thrift store adventures
Cheers,
later
Mike.
in my banter.
Thank you, Mike.
But what are you drinking, Trees? It looks like you're drinking something frosty.
I am, man. I'm having a delicious Victoria.
Oh, bless up, baby. Bless up.
Delicious beer. Delicious beer. It's not quite a Tecate, but you know, it's good. It's good.
You're damn right.
Tecate. We caught so much shit for that. That's great.
What was all that? What was all that? The bombs going off.
Tecate, and then they're over there like, oh yeah, and the best beer on earth is Allagash or
yes, Allagash White.
Hell over high watermelon or
Heineken. Oh my god. The watermelon, oh my god, a watermelon shandy beer. No, get the fuck out of here.
It was like someone walking up to you while you're drinking an RC and go, "What are you, fucking poor?" And then opening up a Shasta. Like that's exactly what that was.
Tadahito wants you to check the born on date and make sure it's approved by My Sock Summer. Trees.
No, I never look.
That's regular lager, dude. You don't need to worry about that. Like, my in-laws are in town. They're like, "Oh, who bought us the Miller Lite?" I go, "It's been sitting here since the summer. Like, it don't go bad." Like,
see, that's what he brought over to my house. I got some in my fridge now from the meeting, and we didn't drink. I was thinking about drinking that shit tonight, but he's showing his hand how old that shit is.
You know,
I gave you that a long time ago.
You're speaking of stuff going, oh, baby, look at this.
Herb. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Cheers, Herb.
Here's Herb. Who did you want to shut up for 5 minutes, though? That's the question.
Yeah, you got a choice. You can make us shut the fuck up if you'd like. Let's do it, man.
Lil Yump brings up, you're already playing with your baseballs over there. You're very handsy tonight. You got Wally on the show.
Appreciate you, brother. I'm sorry I made fun of the Cubs off season, Yump. I apologize. I was making fun of it a little bit.
You know who should be apologizing is Layla Rahimi. My God, she just tore them a new butthole right there live on regular ass radio.
And White Sox wants to know if MSS is called Beef Loaf a fat fuck yet. Not yet. I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure this will happen. And you can see my name on the YouTube. I have Beef Loaf plus 4 pounds because I want to front run this fucking prick. I know how he does.
I'm a little more like particular. I like calling you lard ass is what I like. That's the new name, Loaf Lard Ass. You know, with a lot of L's.
You got a lot of nerves too.
You mentioned two things. You mentioned things not expiring, and then you mentioned ripping up assholes. So it reminded me of something. So I was having a candy cane the other day, and
oh, goodness, the hook. You like to hook up your patoot, don't you?
You know,
that's how you're going, or no?
It is what it is. But I was at work, and like I was having a candy cane that was sitting there, and I thought to myself, because like not a lot of people come into the office anymore.
Yeah,
and there's
that's
a candy
true.
cane sitting there, and I was like, I don't know what year this candy cane is from. Like this could be from 3 Christmases ago. I have no idea.
Doesn't matter.
You're right. It doesn't.
Give me that aged candy cane. Throw me that. Give me the one. You see this wine I got tonight? I'm not going to show what year, but it's got a bunch of age on it. Give me that aged candy cane too, baby. I like it better.
Beef. I looked it up.
I don't know.
Do candy canes go bad?
Yeah.
And like the only, it's rare to even find someone that'll tell you if it goes bad. But like most of people are like, yeah, like 2 to 3 years, they're good. Which, if something's good for
weak.
2 to 3 years,
it means 10 years
forever.
Yeah,
it's good forever.
It's not true
exactly.
at all.
No, it is good forever. Yeah,
and you know what?
Milk, they'll say milk is good for like a week. You could drink that.
You know what,
shit for
MSS?
a month, easily.
Here's the thing, MSS.
Here's the thing.
You probably see like, oh man, there's new candy canes out every year. That's just big candy cane trying to take your money.
Yes, it is.
That's why they make them so brittle. Like if they
it's
made
like our cars.
You make that candy cane a little thicker. You could have candy cane. You could buy a big package of those candy canes. It'll last you 25 years. Yeah, but no, they make them brittle so they break, and then you can't give them out to your kids and stuff because they're broken.
They're broken. Yeah,
right. And they make you rebuy them. It's awful. It's awful. I'm disappointed in big candy cane.
I agree with this.
Oh, that's going to happen.
Morto.
Thank you.
That's going to happen.
MSS the shame fat loaf. I'm not even worried about it. All right, I'm not worried about being shamed. I don't give a fuck because I got ammo to come back.
You went from fast to feast, and it didn't work, and now you're fat. So good job. Right back to fat.
You ready for my banter, Treasy?
Yeah. How you doing, Beef?
Fuck my socks numbers. First thing.
Yes.
Now, but the first thing that cracked me up though is obviously Treasy and I went to Vegas, and I'm gonna get into a little bit of Vegas in a second. But we post weights in a private chat that are eventually going to be in the blog. Now, my sex number posts his weight before we posted ours. I wanted to give myself the maximum time until Thursday morning because I know we've been partying up. We were drinking for 3 days straight, eating nonstop.
Yep.
MSS was at home, supposedly on his game. This fat prick gained a pound, and he wasn't in no Vegas, all right? We were in Vegas, fucking beating it down, killing it, and like, okay, I jumped on scales. All right, I'm up 4 pounds, no big deal. And this prick's up a pound, and he's got a lot of nerve coming at me. He's been home house and hummus or whatever bullshit he eats in his house or eating potato chips, you fat prick. And now you're all over me. I was out there partying, goddammit. Thank you, senor. For those wondering, Vegas is fucking terrific. I hope you guys enjoyed the Vegas updates I was providing you. I was just trying to have some fun with it while Treasy and I were out there gambling. I realized one thing about going to Vegas, and I'm thankful for the people I travel with when I go to Vegas because if it weren't for Quernsey and if it weren't for Mrs. Beef and Treasy too, only a little bit though. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that.
God, I'm gonna be drunk before we even get to the ad read.
I would legitimately, from the time I get there, get my bags done and everything, I would gamble almost every waking hour that I'm not sleeping. But luckily for me, the people that I travel with will get me to do some other stuff. And Quernsey had a great idea. She had us do the high roller, which is this gigantic thing behind the link. What's the spherical thing called?
It's a Ferris wheel.
It's a Ferris wheel, right? Okay. Enclosed Ferris wheel. You're in this like glass box. Now the bottom is not glass, thank goodness. I'm terrified of heights.
It'd be horrible.
But this thing goes up 550 feet. I mean, you are Treasy.
You're looking down at the roofs of the hotels.
You are that goddamn high up, man. You are just like the Harris Tower is not that far from you because you're at the link, and it's like goddamn Harris is way down there, and we're way the fuck up. Now, smart call on our part. Well, this was a collective group decision. We got the bar cart. So you get the bar cart. There's a bar in there. You got a half hour, and the thing makes its way up all the way around. I kid you not, Treasy, E, and I managed to wolf down 7 drinks in a half hour. You know, there's a 12 ounce, but still.
Here's the funniest part. Like, we're standing there, and it's taken forever to get the car because there's only a couple bar carts in the whole thing. Yeah. And so we were watching, and they load up a bar cart, like a brand new one, right? And that's the one we're going to get. But before that, you know, we're sitting around and we're like, man, maybe we should have just got some drinks and then just got on this thing, the regular version. No, absolutely not. We get on this thing, and the bartender in there just goes, "You guys could double fist until you get off. Don't get me in trouble." That's this thing goes around for 30 minutes. He's in, and like the way that he was serving drinks was awesome. He would go like, "I got the tequila in my hands. Who wants tequila drinks?" And then he would just pour like a whole bunch of tequila drinks, get those out, and then he's like, "I got the vodka now. Who wants the vodka?" And like
Who's doing this?
It was awesome.
He had like a whole. You're right, and he put all the cups out, and he would just start pouring across all these cups. What mixers? And he was going wild. You know, it was great.
Cheers, Brendan.
Thank you. Brendan.
I feel a little bad getting money for these.
Double fisting, Brian.
Oh, beautiful.
Double fisting.
Couple things here. Beefloaf doesn't know what a Ferris wheel is. I get tilt-a-whirl and Ferris wheel mixed up. I apologize. I'm a big dumb idiot. And then Talksale also says, "Is the passed out Treasy photo after the ride?" So that I shouldn't break the fourth wall, but that was a total work.
I was not
fake picture.
It was a fake picture. I mean, you knew it was MSS. So you knew it was a fake picture. But
That's the same as the KC picture where he's like,
yeah, that's also a
Exactly.
fake
exact
picture.
same thing.
Only about half the people realized it was a work. Half realized it, the other half were like, "Oh man, he's in bad shape." It's like, no. It's the middle of the day. The sun's out still.
Trust me. Plenty of other times during that trip, I was in bad shape.
Absolutely. So, great time in Vegas. Love getting down James Brown. Mrs. B finally had a jackpot. Finally got her first royal flush. So
That was awesome.
That was fucking nice. You know, like playing a 10-handed game. She gets Florida royal and banks 2 royal flushes on the same board. Fucking amazing. So, what an absolutely great time in Vegas.
Vote is easy the handsomest
We're all
member
good.
of the 108 weight loss.
Appreciate
challenge.
you, bro.
Cheers, Vote.
So, Treasy, thanks for pushing us to go to Vegas. It was a great time to go, and can't wait to get back.
You know, I definitely pushed the trip, but yeah, I got to give all the credit to Quernsey for coming up with all the great spots. Like it was tremendous. And like the one that you know we didn't mention yet is on Friday night. We went to Herbs and Rye, and like me and Quernsey had been there before, but we were there during the week, and they were like, "Hey, it's a half price happy hour right now on the steaks." And I told you about it, and I was like, we got to hit this place. It's going to be great and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's Friday night. I'm not expecting that to be the case. It was absolutely the case. It's 50% off all the steaks.
Yeah.
Oh my
Just awesome. Just awesome. Now, you know, we had a couple cocktails. Those were not 50% off, but nevertheless, a great.
That costs more than the meat. Absolutely.
Herbs and Rye, is that so let me this is what I'm thinking, right? It's high-end weed and some good bourbon, some good rye bourbon.
So
right?
you would not the high-end weed, but the good bourbon is absolutely accurate.
I'm sure.
And they do era cocktails. So they start in the 1700s.
Uh-huh.
And then like go by
what
era.
are they drinking in 1700s?
Well, that's the fun thing. Back then, they only had booze to mix with booze, so it gets a little dicey. It's a little dicey.
Delicious.
So we had some great drinks there. That was a lot of fun. My Sock Summer, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, and as I mentioned briefly, you know, Loaf coming out with his own new show, you know, that he's promoting, which I think is actually going to be a real thing. Unlike the Wet Bandit UPS
Wet
podcast
Unprotected.
Yeah, I was on there recently.
Yeah.
I was on the Wet Unprotected.
I listen to it every
week.
week.
It's tough to find, though, you know?
Yeah, it's really hard to find. Almost as hard to find as Shane Reardon's podcast that actually does exist, but you can't hardly ever find
Jason
it.
Benetti's 17 Dead podcast as well. Every year, Jason Benetti's got a podcast. They advertise on the scoreboard 50,000 times.
Yeah.
No one listens to it. Not
If you search for What Unprotected on Excite.com, an entry comes up. That's where you get to it.
Excite. I usually.
Do you ask Jeeves? Do you usually ask Jeeves? Yeah.
I'm an Ask Jeeves guy. But no, and so Lope brought that up, and then you know, people are like, "Well, when's My Sock Summer going to have his own show? Like, he should go out and show his thrift shopping and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh, okay, of course, yeah." Everyone's like, "Let's ruin your fun game. Let's ruin the thing that makes you money." You know, like, yeah, let's just do all this. So I was like, okay, and you know who's behind the whole charge is fucking Josh Nelson. Okay, Josh Nelson, who enjoys
to find out the secrets.
Yeah, he does. He wants to steal your honey pot,
all this
baby.
stuff. And somebody was like, yeah, but you guys, one of you guys, I think it was Chris or Treasy, he said, you're gonna have to give up his honey hole or whatever. He's like, oh, you got to give up a honey hole to like make money. And I was like, bro. So anyway, I was very hurt by that.
MSS,
You're very hurt by that.
you know what you tell these people telling you,
What?
hey man, you need to get your own show?
Yeah.
Say, I got my own show. How many of you have people show up every week and try and pay $50 to hear me talk for 5 minutes?
That's true.
Sorry, nobody. 0.
10 minutes. So anyway, I today I was like, okay, Josh, I was almost tweeted at Josh and said, listen, I'm gonna come through, I'm gonna do something, like I'll put some stuff up.
I'll interrupt you here. Tim Meyer says, quote, I get Ferris wheels and tilt-a-whirls confused because I said that early in the show. He said, that'll happen when you drink for 78 hours straight. Yes, it will. That's absolutely correct.
True. So anyway, I get to the first store. Not going to tell you where it's at. Not going to tell you what it's called. But I took a video and I was like, hey, I'm ready to hit my first store. Blah blah blah. I go inside and so I'm like, all the whole time I'm like thinking in my head, how can I do this? And so I'm like, oh shit, I find this flannel jersey that's old, and it says Northwestern on it, and I'm like, oh my god, I wonder if this is like an old Northwestern baseball jersey, blah blah blah. So I take pictures of it, I'm Googling, I'm doing all sorts of stuff, and I'm like, okay, so I've taken pictures, and everything I see, I go, I'll just take all these pictures of these things that I see, and I'll go, oh, this is what I saw. Dude, this is work. This is supposed to be fun. This is fun for me. It is supposed to be fun. And I'm like, it's impeding the process of me like going through an entire story and binding stuff. So Josh Nelson, I'm sorry, buddy. I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I might do a recap or something, but I can't I can't be making content and trying to make money while I'm trying to make money. Like I can't double dip, and it's like, I can't give away my secret, honey hole places, which are not that hard to find if you know where I live. But it's just like, god damn, it was just a bad day today. And to top it all off, 2 thrift stores, I was done in like 3 hours, and I was like so like disenfranchised because I found nothing. I was like, I'm just going home to eat lunch. I'm like, I can't even go to a third one. I'm just gonna go home.
Fat
I am
ass.
so sad. You know what I had for lunch?
Hummus.
And veggies. Yep. I did. So anyway, because I ran out of the Chex Mix that I've been munching on like a fucking horse in a stable. I basically put that big Costco-sized bag up to my ears and just eat all of the fucking thing.
That's his 108 weight loss secret.
Please don't take my picture and go like this. And no, I don't need anybody doing that.
If you said, hey, you want a bowl of hummus, I would say I prefer absolutely nothing.
You don't like hummus. I know, we've talked about that. Terezi, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. And I was the only thing I was going to talk about was going to be big candy cane, but I did want to, like, someone mentioned that Beef was drinking for 78 straight hours, and I shit you not, like I like each morning in Vegas, and Wally could attest to this when he joins the show. Like it was like the Detroit morning where I was just like, I'm a little shaky, I'm not ready to eat yet. I come down. And Beef is sitting there drinking Baileys and coffees, losing his ass at whatever game he's sitting at. Just true. enjoying life.
Loving life.
Like, hey, what's going on, man? And he's like, you want one of these 6 Baileys and coffees I ordered?
You want a sugar?
Dude, what are you doing down here? I don't know. This is a great game, but I lost like $6,000 in the last 15 minutes. We were living different lives on this trip.
I had to hand pay the one morning about 8:30. Before noon, and it was for $1,200. Before noon, I was down 1,000. I'd already lost the 1,200 back and down another 1,000. That's how that morning was going. I never got hungover, Treasy. I didn't get hungover the entire trip. I didn't have any of those moments,
drunk,
man.
maybe that's what
I
you
just
did.
stayed with it the whole way. That's right.
Hey,
I should have never went to sleep, but sometimes that happens while you're out.
Head bum in charge. What are we drinking here for day 4? Because I just tasted it and I have no idea what it is, and it's weird. It's probably weeded. But I
don't yell at the comments yet. We'll get to the comments soon enough.
There's no question.
When we get to the later in the show. But for now,
I want to know what I'm drinking.
But for now, what I need from you, MSS, I need an ad read. I need an ad read about some beautiful Mazdas from Orland Park. Can you find the picture?
You're doing a really good job.
30 seconds. We'll see how you do. There you go.
Hey.
Inspiring moments fill the holiday season. At Mazda of Orland Park, we want to offer you a car buying experience that's equally as inspiring as rewarding. with special incentives available during the Mazda Season of Inspiration sales event. From now until January 3rd, visit Mazda of Orland Park to test drive a Mazda SUV or car and learn more about the incredible offers going on during this Mazda sales event. Be inspired. Drive a Mazda from Mazda of Orland Park. One of the deals they are offering is no payments for 90 days when you finance your new Mazda through Mazda Financial Services. You can't beat that, boys. Right now, Mazda of Orland Park has 63 new vehicles in stock, ready to sell you, the 108 listener. Interested and want to know more? Head on over to www.mazdaoforlandpark.com and check out their available stock. Give them a follow on updates on all things Mazda. Mazda of Orland Park, home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Orland Park. 708-444-3200. Zoom Zoom.
You're muted, motherfucker.
Yes. Still muted?
No,
I'm muted.
Oh, he was muted. Okay. I was like,
I was just commenting how beautiful you did.
You should have left it out. Never even brought it back in.
You want me to put up the graphic? The show
No. We got a different graphic for now. So we got to put up a different graphic.
That's what I was going to put up. That's what I was going to put up.
Woo!
Got to introduce our guy, man. So
Oh my gosh.
now to welcome to the show,
Look at how good he looks in that picture.
the man who became cash considerations in 2018, the Bacardi-filled, fun-loving, fairly horny, man of the people, our guy, Wally Money. What's up, Wally?
Hey, all right, Wally. Woo!
Thank you for that welcome. Thank you for your welcome. In listening real quick, I got a quick comment. Beef, since you weren't getting hung over in Vegas, I need to know who took that video of you in Cincinnati, standing there with your Browns jersey on, just because I owe that guy some drinks because you did me dirty in Detroit. You were hungover as shit at that football game. I saw you, motherfucker.
You know what? Everyone's coming at me on Twitter that this looks like you. I'm thinking, I am 6 inches taller than this midget. There's no way I'm as small as that dude right there.
You were layered up.
And people were making comments, oh, this guy's drinking White Claw. How'd he get messed up on White Claw? Dude, that's just the 80th drink he's had today. You have no idea what he drank the 6 hours before that.
That's what they gave him because he was like, I didn't know to drink.
Slow down.
They said, hey, dude, hey, all you get is a White Claw.
Yeah.
All right, all you get is
Have a
White Claw.
White Claw and settle down, Jervis. Jesus Christ.
Jervis.
It's Cleveland, bro. I mean, come on. There's tons of Jervis design.
Billy Wire says it already smells like fucking cool water and hormones in here. I love it.
Not even cool water.
Oh, man. Look. I brought it.
Okay, look at there it is. No free ads, but I appreciate it.
They give me a towel is how much I buy that shit.
He's got an Invictus jizz rag. That's
It's real absorbent like he needs.
embroidered jizz rag.
Yeah, and you know what? My sock summer, you cannot
have.
have it and try to sell it. All right? I'm keeping it.
Dude, my basement is loaded with bullshit that I need to sell. So thank you for making that rule, dude. If Wally is great, and not only is he great, but like he's like one of the constants in the 108, and he's also one of the constants in life. You know, you have death, you have taxes, and you know that Wally Money is going to ask me to go to Corks on Friday, like every Friday that we go.
I love that it's plural too.
Every
I
Check
love
the
that
box
it's
right there.
You going to Corks or what?
Yep. He's like, come on. And I'm like, I got a lot to do tomorrow. And I'm like, come on. He's like, shit.
I mean, it's got to be Wally's 4th or 5th time on the podcast, right? We usually try to have Wally on at least once a year to just, put the good vibes out of.
You know, Beef, I think with Wally on the show, you got to tell the story about when Wally kept us from being murdered. Because,
we ran into them in San Diego.
You know, when we went to that random house. We went to that random house. You bumped into him in San Diego.
Like, do you remember me? I'm like, no. I'm like, I remember the girl. I didn't remember the guy, And then,
well, that's Wally Money.
That's
Wally
Money.
I mean,
we were at Corks one time. It was a Sunday though. I think it was after a Sunday game, and people come up to us and like, oh hey, they recognized the Beef Loaf, and the Beef Loaf, what's up? And oh hey guys, how you doing? Hey, we live kind of up the block through this alley. We're having a party on the deck. You guys want to come over here? And we're like, I don't know. And Wally's like, yeah, let's go. He's like, he kind of convinced us. And I lean over to Tracy. I'm like, if Wally's with us, we got 100% chance of living through this. Like, this motherfucker has been everywhere and everything. We get there. There's an iron, like, circular stair to get up there. And I'm like,
spiral
where in the
up.
fuck are we going? And a little while into it, so we're meeting everyone, talking. They're dealing shots to us, all this shit. A little while into it, they ask us if we want to go to the whiskey room or bourbon room, or whatever the fuck, right, Teresi? And we get siphoned off to some private room with all this fancy shit. I thought that's when we would get killed because Wally wasn't physically with us at that moment.
I had a few thoughts. I thought there was either we were gonna walk in there and there was gonna be one of two things. It was either gonna be Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Eyes Wide Shut. I didn't know which one we were walking into.
I had a flashback when we walked up the
Eyes Wide Shut. Eyes Wide
upstairs.
Shut.
I'm like, I think I've been here before. And I'm like, nah.
Who knew? You already knew your way around from a prior visit.
But I felt comfortable. I had no problem being there. I'm like, I've been in this situation.
They turned out being really great.
Yeah, absolutely nice.
They were very nice.
And Wally's also good because he tells you when it's time to go. Like he'll know the vibe when it's okay. We got to get out of here. It's time for us to not be here no more. And so we stayed for a little bit, took a picture. I think there's still a picture on the internet of all of us, arms around each other, and then we got out of there. So bless you, Wally, for
you're welcome. Yeah, they had a nice rooftop bar kind of set up too.
Yeah, it was a good setup.
I remember.
I liked it. Especially, I think we got to get into.
I almost fell down my ass.
Get a little
down the stairs.
It's a little White Sox talk. And Wally, we're gonna start. We're gonna start with you. We're gonna ask you a few questions. This isn't the AMAs yet, but we're gonna ask you a few questions. But at the end of the season, we don't get to see you as often, right? During the season, we see you at least a few times a month for sure, 10 times a month or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Off
6
season,
months out of the year, we're always together, and then for the remaining 6, it's like we see each other once a month or every other month or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So when baseball ends, what are you doing, Wally? What are you up to when baseball ends?
Ooh. Man, I do a lot of things. I don't have too much of an off season. This year, my boy Aloha, Mr. Han, and I got a 20-game package to the Bulls.
Oh,
so
shit,
nice. So we're going to a bunch of Bulls games. Concerts, man. That's been my forte. I've got I think I've went to 6 or 7 already so far since the off season. Got 6 more. I got 13 that I've got already have tickets in hand.
Holy shit!
Between now and before opening day.
That's impressive.
So yeah. You guys know I'm a huge music guy. So yeah, this is definitely the time where I try to go see up all the shows that I possibly can. Mr. Han, he usually comes with me for majority of them too. So do that.
You guys are like BFFs.
Yeah, he is. He is one of my best friends. So yeah, we definitely hang out all the time. He's my partner in crime. He keeps me level-headed too.
Yes.
Like grabs my ear. No, fucker, you don't even do that shit. So between that and then family shit. I had 2 baby showers I had to go to this.
How many were your babies?
They're gonna be my grandkids. So
okay.
Congratulations. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats, dude.
He's been a grandpa for 15 years.
So what? Every time is special.
Every time
baby.
it's cool.
Every
time.
Right.
Yeah. Grandkids number 6, 7, and 8 are on the way.
Oh my
God damn, Wally.
Yeah.
You're
Dan, thanks for the drink, baby. Appreciate you. Cheers.
Cheers, Dan.
Wally just took a big pull for that one.
Yeah.
He's just thinking, he's like, I got to put all these money in 8 envelopes for these.
Wally's procreated so much, he's almost his own species now.
You just got off of the youngest kid,
child
too,
support
and now you got to
ago.
give all of that to the grandkids.
And she's the one having a kid too.
I know. She's like, I like it
genuine.
when I got this money. I need to figure out a way to get it.
Now, Wally, you said the prices are all going up, but not in the My Sock Summer House. I was trying to tell him Tooth Fairy Man's got to be at least $5, might be $10 now. He's going recessionary prices, man. He paid 50 cents for the tooth.
I did not.
You 2 bits.
You got 2 bits.
Hey,
well, you know what? I'll see little shortstop tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we're gonna be joining you.
Well, I'll take care of her.
And your BFF,
Aloha,
Mr. Hey, you know what?
Uncle Wally take care of it. That's right.
He wants an IO jersey and XX, I think.
No.
Jeez.
You may get one of those.
So Wally,
I can't afford that.
You
get
appreciate the drink,
cheers,
baby.
yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you.
So while you get into the off season, and you're looking at what the Sox are doing in this off season,
They
and
shit.
Exactly. So,
let's
kick it off. Let's kick it off with that. So we'll go. We'll start with the manager. We'll go with Grifol first. What did you think of that hire?
As soon as the shit came through, I think I was the first one that started tweeting us in our group chat. Who the fuck is this guy? I didn't even know who he was. Yes. I didn't know who he was. What team he was on. I'm like, is this some like special minor league fucking manager that I'm not aware of? Because he was not on anybody's radar as far as I'm concerned. I did not know. And then
several food accounts after the fact. Yes,
well,
we've been talking about him for weeks.
Huh?
Several food accounts have been talking about him for weeks after the effect.
Afterwards,
But we were sitting there, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then to find out he's been with the Kansas City for like 10 years, I'm like, well, shit, they were looking for a manager. Like, they didn't think he was worthy enough to fucking promote.
He was right there. They didn't hire him. Yeah.
And then I was
Twice.
Two times. Then I was asking, Skyward, I was asking my son, and he's like, well, shit, they know how to beat us, so at least he can, he knows the team. All right. I mean, you got a good point. But then after I hear his interview, I mean, the guy's saying the right shit. So whoever his PR person, keep that person around because he's saying the right shit. Like I feel like we're another rebuild, man. Like this is what I.
Don't say that. Don't hurt my heart, please.
But that's where it seems like it's going. But he's at least saying the right shit. I like the fact he's reaching out to the players. You're seeing him trying to communicate and all that shit. He speaks Spanish. Yep. He's got a beautiful wife, got a beautiful family. They seem all supportive. So I mean, he looks on paper and what we've seen so far, he seems like he's all right. He'll stay awake in the in the dugout and stuff for the game. So I mean,
hopefully.
So I can't. I don't want to judge him yet. I don't know enough about him, so we'll wait to see how it goes because it sure as shit didn't seem like our players wanted to play for Tony last year. So you know what?
Yeah, it faded out bad.
So I'm not mad at it. I'm not jumping for joy either over it. But you know what? We'll see where it goes. I'm willing to give it a shot.
Right. It would be surprising if it were worse than what we had last year. But how much better is it actually going to be? I think that's where most of us are kind of sitting going like, we'll give it a shot. We'll watch it.
Right.
We're here for it, right? We're going to check it out. But like, I think I'm with you there where I'm not like, well, this fixes everything.
Right. We're definitely winning 100 games next year. I don't got that vibe.
Speaking of things that need fixing.
Right.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say that's what we talked about last episode when I had my long-winded, rant when it's just saying they seem to think that this is going to fix a lot of problems. And I don't know. Maybe I trust them. Maybe I don't. I don't think I trust them. I think we still need to hit the ball.
If we're going to talk about fixing a lot of problems, the next guy that I want to talk about is got those. So what do you think about signing Mike Clevenger?
You know what? I think the price wasn't bad. I mean, let's be honest. When he was in that Cy Young chasing shit when he was in Cleveland, we all wanted him then.
Yeah, he was a stud
we
back
were
then.
all over his dick then. Like, we couldn't wait to get him. Goes to San Diego. He tore his or had Tommy John, right? Is that what it was?
Tommy John.
One.
Yeah. Second Tommy John.
Oh, second time. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, other arm.
No, I think it's the same arm. I think it's the
same arm.
That first doctor didn't get done right. All right. But no, it ain't. We need a starter. I mean, the price isn't too bad. I mean, I'm not another one. I'm not mad at it. We saw him pitch in San Diego. The flow.
Yeah, and he pitched good too. He pitched good against the Sox. In San Diego.
Yeah. I can't. We'll see. I mean, he was definitely on our radar a few years ago. Everybody wanted him.
Yep.
He knows the division. If he can't wait to beat the shit out of Cleveland, I'll be happy as for him if he pitches good against them. Start him against Cleveland every game.
That's right. Got a chip on his shoulder for that shit.
So
thanks, Dougie. Appreciate the drink, baby.
But as far as that,
what am I drinking, Dougie?
I'm
for here. I don't know what it is.
I'm good for it. I mean, it's I'm here nor there. We needed somebody.
Yeah, why not him, right?
Yeah.
Great hair, great flow. We like hair. We're all hair guys in this room right now.
There is some great flow. Wally cut his flow. Now
He
Wally's
it's
pandemic
a little
flow.
long. I gotta get a little show. Yeah. Oh, that. Yeah.
Oh, now that was
Wally's
special,
pandemic
baby.
flow was
That was
good.
too much work,
That was-
man.
Oh man, I loved it.
I had to buy products and shit. And,
Oh yeah, there's no product in that hair. Right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Different product.
I imagine the way you looked during the pandemic. I imagine that's how Bob from La Bamba would have looked during the pandemic. So like I was. That's why I was like, I'm into this. This is good.
Let me in.
Now Wally with Clevenger, he's kind of like a bounce back candidate, right? He had a rough year last year. He's coming off an injury and all that. And we got Giolito is also kind of a bounce back candidate. He had kind of a bad year. If you had to pick out of the two, which one do you think is gonna have the better season out of those two guys?
If Giolito could find a way to find some secret Spidey tech, Giolito.
That'll be Giolito.
But I mean, I'm hoping Giolito, to be honest. He's been with us. We see his sign of greatness. I honestly think Clevenger's got more to prove, though. Like if I was a betting man, I feel like Mike's gonna have a better season than Gio.
Okay, fair enough.
I think from a standpoint of having to prove something though, like I think Gio is in a contract year, so like I could see him.
Mike, he only got a 1-year deal.
Yeah, I was gonna say they both are because
come on,
he got an option.
but if he's good, he ain't gonna he won't stay though. Right? Yeah, so he's kind of in a 1-year deal too. He's
getting $4 million next year for sure.
but if he pitches well, like Wally's saying, it's kind of the similar idea, right? If they pitch well, then that next contract's gonna be real good for both of them.
Is his a player option though?
I think it's a mutual, which those never get picked up if you do a good.
Okay, I thought it was I thought it was a club, but it might be a mutual. Then in that case, then he'll just opt out.
That's right.
Maybe it's like AJ Pollock's, and he just gets $1 million every so often, and then he still opts out.
That's right.
All right,
take my chances.
So on to the last piece of this, Wally, and you touched on it initially. It's like they haven't done shit. There's been very little movement. I mean, like I was talking about Mike Clevenger for a few minutes. It just expounds on the scenario that we're seeing is like this is all we've got. So what are your feelings on like their inactivity so far?
I mean, shit, you could even say the Cubs have had a better offseason than us.
Yeah,
they haven't really done shit. The market has changed. I mean, inflation is a motherfucker.
Yeah,
these players are getting paid. And I'm for it. All of us are. We're pro players. Get as much money as you can while you can. I'm all for it. I love to see it, but shit. We ain't gonna see nobody. We're getting, that old getting players past his prime. We couldn't even afford Griffey past his prime right now. With the way the money is and stuff. I don't. I'm trying to be nice right here.
Wait, since when? Since when you gonna be nice? Shit.
Trying. It's the holiday season. But they haven't tried. I don't think they're gonna get anybody, man. I really don't. Everybody's starting to go away. Everybody's starting to get signed. I mean, I'm starting to see why Jerry really was trying to block Steve Cohen's becoming a fucking owner. Because guy's they're buying fucking everything. And
I love it. I'm here for it.
I'm all for it, 100%. But I can see why he was like, no, because he knew that this shit was going to happen. Now their hands are tied, the organization. And I really think what screwed us, I think if Tony was still here, he would have given his guy everything to try to win. And now that Tony's gone, he ain't going to get shit. Like Jerry, he was all in last year for his guy. Now his guy's no longer the manager. He ain't going to do shit. He's like, you know what? Because he wants to win under his terms.
Yeah.
And he's not going to let his boy fail. Now it's like
he did though. He did let him fail. That's the sad thing.
I
don't disagree with you.
Was good. No,
let him fail.
You know what, MSS? I gotta wonder here, and you may be 100% correct here, but like we don't know what the trade deadline looked like, right? Like we don't know. Like we know that they didn't do shit. Right. But we don't know if that was a top-down scenario or if Han was just inactive, right? Or just couldn't get shit done.
Or just didn't get it done. Maybe they just,
and that's the
or
thing.
they can sign off on the money.
Like if
Right. Yeah, we don't know which way. Yeah.
there were opportunities out there to better the team, and they didn't.
Yeah.
So like, there's a part of it that is like, I mean, like, I'm never going to defend Jerry because Jerry has been terrible for fucking years, but also at the same time, he did, push some money, like you said, to help his boy. But then, like, you got to reinforce that at the trade deadline, and I wonder whose call that was. That, like, because it didn't happen.
But on twofold, though, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, as an owner-wise and as an investor, he's been phenomenal for both sides of the teams. From what he's built those things and what those teams are worth now,
right?
What they paid. I mean, if that's all he cares about,
I don't get any of that money though, so like I don't get.
We're helping him make it.
Well, wait a minute though. Compared to inflation, I'm not sure he's doing that great on the baseball side. On the basketball side, yes, because it's one of the highest. But it also had Jordan. I mean, having Jordan is also extremely helpful to your franchise value.
Cheers, Nathan.
Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate you. I want to pull this comment, and this person, Pinwheel, says, hopefully a different owner has more of a Cohen approach. And yes, hopefully that is the case. However, though, we've been saying this internally, just messing around when we were having a few cocktails. There's like a 25% chance that the new owner is just as shitty or worse than Jerry.
Worse.
There's other owners that are worse than Jerry out there, spend less money than Jerry, do like a lot of worse things than Jerry.
A-Rod will spend the money.
I was gonna say depends on who we get, but
we have owners like that in our division, right? Like
that's right.
That's like why the Sox still have a chance, because the other owners in the division.
Kansas City for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we don't know about Detroit yet.
No.
That's true. The kids haven't spent really.
They
like the father, we know the father spent. We don't know what the kids are gonna do.
Yeah,
the kids could be just as shitty.
Right.
They could be just as shitty as Jerry. It's like imagine someone coming in who's worse than Jerry. Like imagine like an Oakland owner coming in and being like, "Hey guys, $40 million this year."
It's like Rick Renneria. We're like, we need something better, and then like, fuck. Oh shit, we crapped out. Here's Tony Russo.
You won too many games. You gotta go.
Again, we're not defending Jerry.
No.
No. I would love Jerry to be out, and I would love a new owner who gives someone new to be in. Like I would love Oprah to come in and give all that money she had to give to Dave Chappelle. Give it to the team. So, fellas, we got Wally money here, right? There's only one segment we could do when Wally money's in the house. We got to bring it back. We got to bring it back. We got to bring back the horny meter. We got to bring back the horny meter. For those of you who have not seen the horny meter before, we're going to go through a list of players, and each of us is going to tell you how horny we are for that player in different ways. We all have a variety of ways that we do this, and so we'll go with the first one, and I'll lead it off, and I'll give you how I typically do these things. So the first on the horny meter, I typically go with how this look in a relationship. So like we got Joey Gallo up first. Joey Gallo. And this is that girl you've been friends with for a long time. And you're like, hey, why haven't we ever? Then you do, and you're like, that was all right. That's okay. I'll stick around till something better shows up. Beef, where are you at with Joey Gallo?
I mean, to me, Joey Gallo is the chick that is cute, but you know what? She has that one thing wrong with her. She got that little gap tooth, and that gap tooth was cute for a while, and you could deal with it, right? But the gap tooth keep getting worse and worse and turning into buck teeth, right? Now I can kick a goddamn field goal right through them buck teeth, and it's like, man, we're getting on the edge of I can't do it, like it's like the 40% strikeout rate too far. It's gone too far, and it's like there was a time when you're like, yeah, Joey Gallo, and now there's a time we're like, we have to settle for Joey Gallo. I guess if there's nothing better, we'll do Joey Gallo, but that's where I'm at kind of with the Joey Gallo.
I think we just said the same thing. Wally Money, where are you at?
All right, so Beef touched on it. The guy strikes out a shit ton. I mean, he's young. He only can play left field. left.
No, he's good
left-handed.
outfielder. He's good
Yeah,
outfielder.
I
Play
thought
right
he
and
was-
left.
I thought he was the only lefty, but okay.
He's better than the other guys that we have to play left field.
No, he's a good
Yeah.
he's a good
I
outfielder.
thought
Better,
he was
though.
just left. You know, I didn't even play other field. You know, to me, he reminds me of like you're at the bar. It's the last call. You got a good buzz. 2 more drinks will get you really fucked up and in the mood. And you got that one girl you're talking to, and it's like, I ain't that drunk. But do I want to go home alone? You know, so it all depends how many more drinks you can get in. It depends on how horny I am if I want to stick around. So it's like one of those, like, I can go either way. Like, you know, it's either yes or no. Most likely I'll walk my happy ass home and drive home. You know?
Probably out, but might end up being in. You're not in it.
I think Wally's analogy is really good because it's like if you're looking at the outfield, you're like, well, we could have Joey Gallo or we could have nothing, I guess. I'm assessed. Where are you at, man?
I am still trying to figure out my groove for these things. So this one is girl at the bar. Should I sleep with her? You know, that's how I'm going to look at it. Joey Gallo is the why the fuck not category. Used to be hot. Not really the hottest these days, but sometimes you got to go after that memory of that chick when she was hot. It worked very well with Johnny Cueto, and maybe we should just pay up and take a chance. Take a ride with Joey Gallo.
All right. This round, Wally money. Great job. All right.
Up crossed
next.
into the NC-17 rating on this podcast, and it's good.
Up next. Beef, I'm going to start with you.
Sounds good.
Andrew Benintendi.
For me, Andrew Benintendi is basically the white girl in the group that everyone thinks is hot, but you're just like, you don't see it. We've all been hanging out and you're with the boys, whatever, and some girl walks in and it's like, everyone's like, oh man, that's the girl, man. She's fine and everything. And you're just like, I don't get it. I don't see it. I'm not into it. You know, for me, an Andrew Benintendi is like Jennifer Garner. Everyone loves Jennifer Garner. And the Beef Loaf is just like, I don't give a fuck about Jennifer Garner. She's attractive, but I don't really care. And that's where I'm at with Andrew Benintendi. He's probably fine. He'd probably be a decent choice. But if the White Sox sign him, I will not give a flying fuck either way.
See, I had an almost opposite one of you. I had this is the girl that you keep looking over at. You kind of like, what's going on over there? And your friends keep going, I don't know, man. Something is off here. Something's wrong. I don't think you should go over there. And the reason I say that is because I don't think the price is prohibitive on Benintendi. As much as people are going like, I don't think they're going to spend that much. I don't think it's prohibitive. I think Grafal and Tosa are like, well, we don't want that guy.
That's right. Maybe not.
MSS, MSS, where are you at on that?
Horrible.
Oh my god,
horrible! I can't even read.
We're not gonna read that one.
Horrible.
We're not gonna read that one.
So Andrew Benintendi, especially when we're talking about the 4 girls that we're going to talk about, easily the hottest girl at the bar. Okay,
Thank you.
Easily the hottest girl. You're going to focus all the energy you have on that hot chick and make sure that you get something happen. You're not going to get too creepy. Don't touch the back too much. Don't touch your shoulders. Don't start doing like, you need a massage. No, don't do that. You just be like, yo, I'm going to be over here by this jukebox with my ugly friends. And if you want to come talk to me, you come talk to me. All right. I'll time to talk to you later. Yep. Yep.
Did you just call Benintendi the hottest girl at the bar?
Hottest girl at the bar. Out of the people that are in there.
What bar are you at? What time is it?
Out of these 4 people.
What I tell you? Now my thing making a lot of sense. This dude, I knew this dude was going to be right where he's at, and that's why I said what I said.
Is this 457 at Beaumont's on a Saturday? What's going on here?
Brian S telling me to go to bed. I don't know if he's mad that I was dissing on Jennifer Garner.
I think it's the Garner thing.
He just don't like my takes, so too bad.
I want to know about how Wally is on this one.
You know what? I got to sip with this. You know what? I got to give a cheers.
I
got to agree with my Weddle. I got of the 4 we're going to. This is
put my drink down.
I got to agree with it. I'm right there with you, my sock summer. So this is Friday night after done drinking.
Yep.
Walking over to Corks. My sock summer and I over there at the bar. There's a good-looking chick in between us. We both start talking to her. Somebody buys a drink. We all buy a drink. We're all chatting up, just having fun. We're both like, man, she's hot. Yeah, all right. What are we gonna do? What we always do. We stumble the fuck home, drive drunk as shit because we can't fucking function. We forget the way home. Either I'm sleeping in my car and he's sleeping next to me on the fucking bush.
Hello.
You know.
Neither of us is driving.
I'm taking your gold star away for that one.
No. I'm serious. Like of all the lists that the guys are going, this is the one that we would chat up all night, talk about, have a good conversation with. Think, because this would be like the younger hot chick that us two old fucks, you know, are like, we ain't got no shot. We're just talking. We're feeling our glory days and stuff. It's hot. Want to talk as much as you can, spit as much game as you can, and then just walk on home. You know, we're still striking out, but
his White Sox will strike out, is what you're.
A younger, 20 years younger, he's about 20 years younger than us, close to 18.
Beef, I never thought in a million years that I'd see Wally Money looking over at MSS like that. I mean, like, I don't even fucking, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm going to the next one. I'll let Wally Money start this one, but we're gonna go with Michael Conforto. Michael Conforto, where are you at, Wally?
All right, this is like the ex-girlfriend you already had that you see again. That's like, hey, how you doing? And you just kick them away. Like, nah, this is one that I just no. I mean, the guy's got.
I'm like, no.
His whole career with the Mets, I mean, did he even, he had an injury last year, right?
Yeah,
he was out the whole year.
Yeah, he was out the whole year. He's like a Boris guy too, right? Like, so
he's a Boris guy.
He declined his contract because he thought he was, and then it ended up screwing him now because now, he was hurt and shit. So it's like, nah, it's one of those fool me once. Nah, I'm done. I don't.
Try.
Don't you get your gold star back?
Redeemed. He is redeemed.
MSS, where are you at?
So Michael Conforto is the mystery girl at the bar. Looks hot sometimes, other times not so much. What season is she in? Hot girl summer or hurt girl winter? Take my advice and wait till they flip on the lights and do what the good Lord tells you to do. You just wait. Wait till the end of the night. They turn on the lights, and if you go make a move, yes. If not, you're just like, all right, I'm going home tonight, baby.
Run away like cockroaches.
Yeah. Wait till them lights come on, get that full view, and then in or out, real quick.
Yeah.
He's overexposed.
Tadahito says, Conforto's another hot one and only has one leg. Don't make me hop after you, Wally Money. Don't make me hop after you.
Tadahito, I can send you some pictures of this girl. Let me tell you.
Wow. Beef for you.
All right, well, Michael Conforto, you like this chick, but then she went away for a while. And you ain't really seen her, and you've been thinking about her a lot lately, even though you still haven't seen her. Kind of like mine and Polish with Extra Onions' 5th grade teacher, who we creeped on Facebook a year ago.
Lord.
We didn't know if she was still hot, and she is still a goddamn smoke show. But with Conforto, you don't know, but you're willing to take all the risks because you remember how hot Conforto was back in the day. You're willing to go up against anything, being gunned down by a spouse, smelly crotch, whatever. You'll get in there. You're gonna give it a shot.
I have no words for that one.
Yeah.
I think that was something. I know. I'm almost in the same world as you, Beef. So I put that this is the high risk, high reward 4 a.m. bar pickup. It'll probably go very bad, but if everyone avoids puking, it's going to be magic. All right. Last one of this, and I'll start this one. So we're going to go with it's going to be Michael Brantley.
Yep.
And actually, I'm not going to say shit on this one. You know why? This is Werther's Originals territory. Mm-hmm. I'm going to leave it to Beef.
Yep.
Beef, you go ahead.
Yes. I wrote specifically down, Gilf Division. Still can get it done. But everyone else is turning away thinking they ain't got it anymore. But you, a savvy purveyor of undervalued gems, are still getting in line. You might even throw on some Old Spice for the occasion. I'm totally in on Michael Brantley. You know I am.
MSS, where are you at?
All right. Michael Brantley, definitely. Right around with Lo Fissain, the older lady at the bar, but still has her fastball. You know, given the chance, she can show you the highlight reel back at her place between bottles of rosé and some fancy cheeses. She just wants some company, and you should be that company. I'm in.
All right, Wally Money, you close it out, man. You close it out.
Yeah. This is. I'm going the same route, guys. Yeah, this is that old school vet that always comes good in the clutch. But it's only good for like one time though. Like you can't overuse it. It's not good for one or two times. One of those like I see you when I see you. But you can't. It's not one of those everyday rotation things,
Yeah, she's gonna want to get married, man.
But I don't even know about that. I just think that it's just she ain't gonna last. You'll give you 2, 3, maybe one. One good month. You're not getting 6 good months out of that.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. I like that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Might be all we need. Don't know.
Well,
then it better show up at the end, not at the beginning.
that, my friends, was the horny meter.
Yes.
And if that hasn't convinced you to buy shit from our merch store, let's have MSS convince you.
Hey guys, listen. Christmas. I think it's next week. Pretty sure it's next week. Or pretty damn close. Well, can I get you stuff to your house before Christmas? Absolutely. Do you need a last minute gift for somebody on your list? Absolutely. We have them. We have Christmas ornaments. I will ship them same day. You order that motherfucker, he'll get shipped. I shipped a bunch of stuff after the last podcast. I was drunk. I hope it went to the right places. Now, if you're a plus size person, I'm talking 3X, 4X, 5X. Go to our website. You order one thing that is in those sizes, you're probably going to get 3 things of that size until I run out of merch. Some guy ordered a 5X sweatshirt. He got 4 5X sweatshirts, a long sleeve t-shirt, and potentially a bobblehead. So that's because that's just what we're doing there. So go to the QR code here, click on that, go right to our site, buy some shit. Let's do it. All right. Merry Christmas.
I love it.
Baby, the comments are hot right now. Brian S. says, get a horny meter shirt and take my money. Singer Sock says, I don't know who I want to fuck more, Brantley or Wally Money.
Why not both?
That's true.
I just want to remind everybody that in that ad, My Sock Summer said that if you buy one thing, you could get 3 things. So just make sure you're out there for that.
Yeah.
All right. Now we've never done this before.
No.
We've never done this before. So this is going to be.
Wow. We have at the ballpark on a Friday night.
We've done this at the ballpark.
Just not on the YouTubes,
That's not recorded forever.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the reminder. All right. Yeah.
Should have made a graphic. I totally dropped the ball on this one. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. I can't believe we don't have a graphic for this. We'll just reuse it.
Just reuse
this. No, I got to serious. I just seen this. Is it your guys' TikTok got 17,000 views?
The video of you doing your dick dance, when you do your little dick dance.
Yeah.
17.5 thousand views on our YouTube. It is on the TikTok. It is the most viewed video, and it's also entitled the Try Not to Come Challenge. So I'm envisioning people are going to this and they're going
expert
to
title.
Like, oh yeah, let's go to this. Let's do this. Oh man. And it's just Wally Money doing the dick dance in the circulator.
And they still lose.
Probably getting fucking railed.
They still lose. They absolutely lose.
I don't want to see no cum tributes. The fact
that you even know what that is terrifying, but I love it. It's totally on brand.
So what we're gonna do, and we'll kick it off with a couple questions for this, but like comments, it's up to you. We're gonna do an Ask Me Anything with our guy Wally. So the Wally Money AMA is coming your way. I'm going to start it off, and I'm not going to be nasty about anything, Wally. I'm just going to ask you a question, and it's a bit of a horny question, but not wild. You're a big music guy, just like me.
Yes.
And I think that there's something interesting in music when you're thinking about attractive people in music, right? Are there any singers that in your lifetime or that you've listened to that you are attracted to not by their looks but by the voice? Like there's a singer where you're just like,
there's a lot,
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I want to hear your top.
And one of them, actually, I just saw in concert last year, is Beth Hart. This woman.
I was just introduced to Beth Hart.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, like she's a blues singer. I don't think she'll ever play in Chicago. She's a recovering addict. So she did admit she was on acid during the show, but she won't. So when you go to see her in all of her shows, they cut the sales of alcohol when she goes on stage.
Okay.
You know, which I can respect. You know, but I can't see her coming to Chicago and any club or any place that says, yeah, we're not going to let you stop selling booze. You know, I mean that's their bread and butter. But yeah, her voice is absolutely. I encourage anybody to listen to it. I mean, let's say if you've got to be listening to if you're not even like a blues singer, she's got some R&B stuff. She does a cover of Led Zeppelin tunes.
That's how I got introduced.
Yeah.
Beef, you were. This was when we were in San Diego, visiting our aunt, and our Uncle Bob was like, "Hey, you ever hear this Led Zeppelin cover?" And he put it on. I was like, "Damn, this is fucking amazing."
She's got her whole album. I mean, when Buddy Guy got into that Kennedy Honors, you know how they did that. So she's sung an Etta James song to him, like on stage.
Oh, nice!
Like she's well known. She is a phenomenal singer. Like that woman's voice brings tears to my eyes, man. I think I cried 3 times when I was at her show. Like she's just got that good of a voice, you know. It takes a lot for me to cry at a concert, but I've done it a few times. But that show at least 3 times. Like she's that good of a voice.
I'm guessing. I'm just guessing. This is going to be the least embarrassing excretion you talk about tonight. All right, Beef, you got a question for Wally?
I do. So I was just curious. Should we take the gloves off immediately, or do you want a softball? What do you think, Treasy, MSS? What do you guys think?
Let's get the comments haven't come up with any question. Well, actually, there's one question here.
Yeah, you want to hit this question? Hit that question from the comments.
Wally, did you get all of your bling from looting Michigan Avenue last year?
No, I've had this for years, man. I think I graduated high school, and like the first thing I did was like buy a chain and I've always been like a jewelry guy. So over the years I've upgraded, but no. Unfortunately, I wish. I mean, I wouldn't mind buying some stuff, secondhand like that now after all the prices, especially where things are going now. But no. Unfortunately, no. Oh, I don't know who this is.
I don't know who this is commenting. I know who it is. Come on, man. I know who it is.
Well, that's what I would have him when I'm drunk, and if I have my, your father moment, that little shit.
Here's another question. It's from Senor Sox. He says, favorite 90s adult film star and favorite 2000s adult film star.
I know the 90s. I don't know the 2000s, but I know the 90s.
Female or male? Like
whatever you want, man.
Here's what's funny. Here we got another one. Same idea.
There's probably a tie for my 2 favorite, Raquel Darrian and Savannah.
That's the 90s.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, actually, that might be 80. No, because I met.
Savannah was in the 90s.
Yeah, she died in the 90s, like early 90s, right?
Like 93.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and Raquel Darrian, I remember meeting her at the Admiral in the 90s. So yeah.
Oh man.
And what about the 2000s?
See, this is where
you don't know what year it is, and that's the problem.
no. It's like I know the earlier ones when you're younger better than the newer ones. The one I like now, who's that one? Kiss of Sins.
I don't know who that is, but congratulations.
2020s, but yeah.
Everyone Google it.
All right. Here's
Donnie Sin's wife.
Just a quick one from Brewhand Luke. What number did Ian Hamilton wear for the White Sox, and what number did Billy Hamilton wear? For those of you who don't,
Billy 10. Ian, I don't know, but it's definitely in the jersey
41.
I got for you.
I think it was 41.
For those of you unfunfamiliar, and Brewhand Luke wrote a blog about this, but Brewhand Luke reached out to the guys going to the garage sale, and he's like, "Hey, man, if you could get me a Billy Hamilton jersey, I would really appreciate it. I love Billy Hamilton." Wally Money sends him a message. Man, I got you a Billy Hamilton jersey. I'm gonna send it to you. Sends it to him. Goddamn Ian Hamilton jersey.
And he showed me at the sale. He was like, "Look, I got Luca. I got him a Billy Hamilton jersey." I was like, "Oh, sweet, good job."
Yeah. My Sox summer didn't have my back or nothing on that.
Like, I know. Come on.
So I think we all know the answer to this, but I don't know if everyone knows the answer to this. So this is from Sammy Davis Jr. 5000. What is your preferred spirit to sneak into the stadium? And there it is, the Bacardi.
It's got to be white. I put it in my water bottle. I mean, you can't put dark liquor in a water bottle. It's got to be white.
No, can't.
So
it's kind of racist, but yeah, I'm gonna let it slide.
You know it was.
So hey,
right.
I got a question before we go to another.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wally, this is, and I'm sorry, I'm going to give you some Sox ones, but we met you through this, and Sox Fest, this is the second year in a row. We haven't had Sox Fest.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun times there, some that we can remember, some mostly we don't remember. What's the number one thing you miss about not having Sox Fest?
Besides the autographs?
Well, I mean, it sounds like it's the autograph.
I mean, but you know what? Yeah, probably autographs.
Just meeting the people or getting the autograph?
Getting the autographs, and some of the players are really cool as shit too. You know, like you get to meet them like outside. Yep. It was better when it was at the Hilton than it was over. You know, at the one time they did it over there at the McCormick. But a lot of it was it's a toss up. But between Uncle Rico, who only follows me now. And
surprised he's not in the chat.
And
That's right.
And you, a lot of it was just the brotherhood we would have. You know, like we would hang out. Like it was a good way for us, number one, to become the friendship that became because of that. You know, we each became great friends over our addiction of sports memorabilia, and that's how we met Aloha Mr. Hand too. You got to see a lot of it was you got to see the real hardcore base Sox fans. You also got to see some of the crazy ones.
Oh yeah,
there's some.
You're one of them.
No. I mean, there's different ones fighting and shit. Act like they owe you shit. Like they don't owe you a goddamn thing. Like you know what.
Yeah, no, you're talking about MSS now.
We're the good ones.
Yeah. No,
I am no. Jerezy, you go to hell.
No, but
that's gonna happen.
But there's
MSS,
some guys that
Tony K, some of them guys.
And, guys that expected that I pay your salary. Fuck you do. You got season tickets.
That's
you spend $4,000 or $5,000. Ain't nobody in the team making that a fucking year. The arrogance of some of the people, man. And I got to do some of the guys' wives and stuff like that, you learn to be nice and stuff.
Oh, boy. Nice, nice, or meet?
No. Meet.
Oh, meet.
No. But I mean, you got
MEET.
Yeah. But it was like,
no way.
And their family and stuff like that. You got to see them like as real people, not necessarily just as a baseball player. And we like with Palka, our guy, and even Saladino, we get some real friendships and real. It was really nice to see guys outside of their element too. It was just a great experience. I loved it. I miss it. They're not having it again this year.
Yep.
So speaking of some guys in their element, there is a question here for you, and it is, when can we dance topless again like we did in Vegas? And this is from Svo.
After about 20 Bacardi and diets. That's it. That's all it takes.
So
I'm easy, man.
Justin, the answer is any Friday night.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be warm. I ain't letting these C cups out. When it's fucking cold and shit, man.
That's a lie.
The money makers, baby. Keep them money makers hidden. I agree with that. Let me jump off. Let me jump off MSS's tip there with his question. My question here is, Wally, why are you such a freak when it comes to collecting game-worn jerseys? I've never asked you this outside, and I really want to know because you have so many.
This is interesting. This is interesting.
You know what? I just I love baseball. You guys. Yeah, we all do. I mean, we all have that addiction to the game, and it just feels me closer. Knowing something that I own something that somebody actually war on an actual field, something I could never do. Shit.
Right.
I mean, I did throw a better first pitch than my Sox summer, but
Of course you did. We remember. Yeah. It's obvious.
But it's just to have something that for my child. I mean, I went to the games as a kid, just like all of you guys, as a kid and stuff like that, and seeing, it just feels to me closer. He's inheriting all this.
Your son is killing you in the comments. Said he likes the smell of them.
Hey, he's just like, hey, Dad, I'm getting all those in the will, right?
But you can't wait to get that Mark Parrott jersey. He's so excited.
I haven't bought one in a while, man. Like they haven't really had these ones,
Dude.
but I am due. Like I look at, they did that online. This shit didn't have really much for shit, and I got a lot of, I got a lot of jerseys. Like I'm glad I've got my Abreu one, because that was a good thing.
Yeah,
I would buy these things through the White Sox, either charity auctions or rod sales or whatever.
They also had the raffle one, and I remember you won. You won a Jose Rondon. You won a Jose Rondon,
and Evan Marshall. I won 2 that day.
Yeah. And the way that they did it was they handed you their jerseys off, like they were on. You were on. You got to go on the field, and they handed you the jerseys. So I'll tell you the story from our perspective. So Wally Money's like, I won 2 of these things, and it was like, oh, that's awesome, dude. And so I don't know how many raffle tickets you had to buy to do that, but you won 2, and you got
over $100.
And you got to go on the field, and so that was after the game, and they're going to hand them to you. So we all went back to Beefloaf's, and we're like standing on the balcony having some drinks, and Wally Money comes with the jerseys, and now he's got 2 jerseys. The Evan Marshall jersey was sopping wet, just fucking like he pitched that day, and like it was. I mean, it looked like Wally dropped it in a puddle, like it.
He didn't even take it off his back. He came out.
Like,
I'm sorry. It was a little hot.
I got Evan Marshall. He shows us that he's like, it's all sweaty, and then he goes, and I got Jose Rondon, and we're like, he got cut already.
That was the last White Sox jersey he ever wore. He was gone.
You do have the last one. You have the last.
I do. You got cut that day.
So yeah, question from the chat from Gordo. What is the one game worn jersey you're still chasing, Wally?
Probably a Frank Thomas. I've had a couple times where I almost bought one. The price just got a little too high in an auction, where I know the pretty much market value of what some of these things are, and I'm just like, it wasn't. I didn't feel it was worth the price that it got to, But that's probably
sounds like Jerry to me when he's out in the free market trying to get a right fielder. Like, listen, I know what the price is, and that's not the price.
Frank Thomas jersey, Andrew Benintendi, both too expensive. That's it. Dougie Fresh with a question. He says, top 3 items in your collection, Wally.
I've got a broken game used bat of Maglio Ordonez, who's my favorite White Sox player of all time. I actually went and met him at an autograph signing, and this is one of the ones I had paid to get an autograph. And I remember I got a jersey too that I have of his. This is what I bought. It wasn't from the 01 series when they had like that American patch, on the back, and they were for the September 11th like memorial, and 100th anniversary too, and like a special patch for being in baseball. And I remember meeting him, and like I was shaking. I was like, it's like a little kid eating meeting your role model and shit, So I'm sitting there and I'm like this. I got so mad. I was crying and shit, and I did. I'm handing the bat, and I'm like shaking, giving it to him. Not even smart enough to get a picture with him and stuff. Like I remember texting my son who's over there talking shit all night. I sent him photos, and he's like, "Holy shit, that's your holy grail." And I'm like, yeah. He's like, so what'd you do? I cried like a bitch. Like, I mean, I did. Like, so like that moment, like that. I've got a 05. They couldn't authenticate it, so it's technically just a team issued jersey from the 05 season of Falconercos that I got him to autograph too as well. And then probably my other one, I got a game used jersey. God, I got a bunch. I love my Polka's player jersey that says DP on it. I got him to autograph.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
But I got a Burley one. It's a game, but it's a Toronto jersey.
Okay.
But with Toronto, I do have a game used jersey of Burley. No, those. So between the Burley, the Canerico, and the Maglio bat, so the two game used jerseys and a broken bat of Maglio is probably my three favorite things in my collection.
That's awesome.
So another one where it might be something that you cried from. HBIC asks your favorite 2000s porn series.
Oh, I don't know if I actually had it. Was Seymour Butts in 2000 or was that 90?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We'll count it. We'll allow it.
Okay.
We'll allow it.
Book it.
And then a slightly different question from Carman Mike Sox. First Sox game you remember going to as a kid?
I've been to so many. You know what? That's a great question. It was definitely an old Comiskey. Man.
Did you run on the field during this game?
Yeah. No. Well, I mean,
ball from Carlton Fisk.
Yeah. Well. So I mean, I definitely went to a game before that, but some of the best games that I remember as a kid, when we moved to Naperville, I moved in. It was 4th grade. My younger brother Joey, who you guys, some of you have met. Actually, no. Pete's doing one. Aloha, Mr. Ann's doing one. Met, and you guys haven't. He was best friends with Jerry Harrison Jr.
Okay.
So now he's an announcer for the Dodgers, and stuff like that. Won a World Series with the Yankees. Actually, he got traded. His big thing was he got traded to the Cubs from Baltimore for Sammy Sosa. But anyways, his dad played for the White Sox, Jerry Harrison Sr.
Yeah, I remember him.
So
he was a pinch hitter. They'd bring him in the clutch spots. Yeah.
So we used to go to the games all the time when we were kids. My dad would drive us down there. You guys met my dad. And we park in the players' lot. We sit with the players' wives and all that stuff like that. I remember going in the dugout before the game. This is back when they wouldn't let females in there. So it was a big thing. And they're like, hey, you guys can come in, but what happens in here and what you see in here stays in here. Like you can't, it was like one of those old school shit. It was like it's why I learned the code.
I knew it was coming. I knew the code was coming.
I mean, and then I definitely during the fireworks shows and stuff would sit, go play football on the field and stuff like that. Remember security trying to kick us out, and they start yelling, "Oh, sorry guys, you guys do whatever you want." Remember sitting next to Carlton Fisk's daughters and stuff, and it was those were definitely my most. I mean, that definitely solidified myself as being a Sox fan, but definitely the most memorable stuff.
Love it. So here's another question from our guy Sean. Any other sports you enjoy, and what sports were you good at when you were younger?
Oh man, I enjoy all the sports, man. Football, hockey.
He's always been good at that sport.
Yeah.
Favorite sport and best sport.
But best sport for sure. But no. I was definitely not the most athletic. I mean, I played baseball as a kid. I wasn't the greatest.
Can't hardly walk.
Skinny little. Skinny as shit. My brother was really the athlete of the family. I did do gymnastics for a couple years in high school. Okay. More of as a dare. I had one of my good friends, and I'm like, you looking. And no offense, I'm going back for the times of saying stuff that's not politically correct these days, but back then I'm like, I looked a little sissy and stuff, wearing the tights and stuff like that. And then he's like, well, come out, you can try it. Man, that shit, a lot more respect. So I did it for a couple years. I wasn't that great. All I ended up doing was rings. I used to have upper body strength, and I weighed 125 pounds when I graduated high school. So I was a skinny little shit and flexible. I could do the splits and all that stuff.
Damn.
Still somewhat flexible.
So you were more athletic than you're letting on here. No, maybe not the team sports necessarily.
Wasn't too strong. I mean, I was strong. Like I could bench press double my weight and stuff. When I was younger.
That seems pretty strong.
But that's all I had was upper body. But otherwise, I was skinny as shit.
How many dick push-ups could you do?
So a lot because I was a lot skinnier then.
Here's a question that I've never asked you, and it's a good one from Yelp. Is like, why is your go-to drink Bacardi and Diet Coke? Like, wow, where did that come from?
So I was always a fan. God, so back I used to work out a lot in my late 20s and to my 30s, and then early 30s. And then I stopped. And then I was like, then I started drinking way too much beer. I mean, I always drank beer, but I would burn it off. And then my thing was like, I'm not going to drink any more beer because I would go out and I gained like 5 pounds a weekend, from drinking all that beer and shit.
For sure. Yeah.
And
like loaf.
Yeah,
keep it up, MSS.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna leave that one alone. But anyway, so I decided to, until I started going back to the gym, I'll switch to hard alcohol, and it just ever stuck. And I did vodka for a lot of years, and then did vodka for a lot of years, and then my body started rejecting it. Like you ever like drink so much of it, like your body just gets sick of the shit. Yeah. And then somehow I just came across, Bacardi, and then didn't like the way it tasted with Coke. So I tried it with Diet Coke, and it stuck. So I always joked that I'm worried about my figure, but it's got nothing to do with it. I just like the taste better, and actually now I'm switching it up a little bit with trying this new Coke Zero with it.
There you go.
Which is actually what?
Man, Aloha's all up in your shit. He's like, you should try this Coke Zero. Try this Coke Zero.
He did get me to do it.
Well, here's something definitely not from Aloha. So this question is your favorite hair care product.
Oh, you know what? I almost grabbed it, so I had it right here because I knew somebody was going to ask this. It's called Wet Seal. No. I'm sorry. No, it's not. No, it's called Super Wet. Super Wet. It's called Super Wet.
Oh,
you sure that's hair product?
Yeah, it's hair product. It's hair product. Yeah, it is. I knew I should have had it here. I knew somebody was going to.
This was on the big head, Wally.
Yeah, yeah. You know what?
Hello.
It's made in Mexico. It's cheap too. It's like $2 for like this big tub. It's dirt cheap, and you can only find it in. I usually find it at either Meijer or Walmart, but it's got to be in a Hispanic neighborhood. So like, not all of them have it. No drip here. No drip here.
The cheapest gel is usually the best gel. Like that's what I always say.
Yeah, I have 151.
Our guy Dan Reyes wants to know if you drink a Bacardi Hurricane.
Yeah, 151. There's actually a good story. Years ago, I got so drunk on them 151 Hurricanes that I forgot my phone number. So I couldn't give the bartender my phone number, like how to get home, and I couldn't get in I don't know if I could do it with my phone. So the next day I went and bought one of those phones. Remember the first phones you could talk to them, like call home, and it would call home. Like that was like the big technology and shit. I had to get one of those things because I couldn't I ended up having the bartender taking me home that night, at their house.
Just in case I get really drunk again, I need a phone that I can just say, call home.
You couldn't remember that. How could you make the words come out of your mouth, call home, if you couldn't remember your own phone number? That's what I'm curious about. Or did someone else talk into it for you?
Nah, it was just like but yeah, you hold the button, like call home. It was like old one of these flip phones and shit. It was a goofy, I don't know, Samsung, maybe or something. I don't know what it was, Motorola or some shit. But
yeah, the fucker who makes it back to his place like ET, like
phone home. I mean, this is before Uber. We had to call taxis and like.
Why the fuck are all these Reese's Pieces around me? I don't understand. Speak and say. Whatever those things
are.
You
know what? Yeah, all right, whatever. Yeah. I love my Android.
There you go, Doughboy. You got that.
All right. Who's got another question up here for Wally? Because I like the comments have run dry. The comments, you guys are so witty. You run out of questions for Wally. Come on.
That's great.
All right, MSS. Go ahead.
Enough easy tonight. This is easy.
Well, you talked about you got a 20-game package with Aloha, Mr. Hanna.
Yeah.
We're going to be joining you guys tomorrow night. Thank you in advance for spoiling my daughter.
Yeah. Always.
How are you liking the Bulls experience so far? Like going to games, like what do you like? What do you dislike? What do you think that the Sox could do that are like the Bulls? To like maybe make the.
They're turning into the goddamn White Sox.
No! What happened? No, tell me.
No, but I mean, as far as like the fan experience, I think. They do a good job. They do a lot of the same shit the Sox do. I mean, it's the same owner, same. You know what
I really like? Those Oregon players. Could you get another Oregon player?
But that goes back to like the 50s and stuff like that. So you got
I get it.
Your purists and stuff like that. I mean, they do sometimes have DJs there. They do have like entertainment, like there's a halftime show. There's also like in between you got like Bucket Boys come through there and stuff like that. The dance, they got a couple different cheerleaders.
The spinning plates. Does the spinning plates person ever come through there?
I've seen them, but I did not see them so far. Or Quick Change is another big one that used to come through.
Just you wet tumblers.
Benny's always out there. You know, Benny does a lot more, to be honest, than Southpaw.
That's why he makes more. Benny makes like 10x of what Southpaw makes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's like
Southpaw.
$600K a year.
Yeah. Well, he hustles. He works.
Makes more than Adam Engel. Like Adam Engel was making less than Benny the Bull. Everyone knew that. It was, it's what it is. That's the value.
But no,
not as good of a caboose.
What they do have now, though, what I do like, they just started this year, is they do have unlimited pop.
Ooh.
So yeah, so I hope the White Sox bring that over. That Souvenir Cup with unlimited pop. Man,
that was the one thing that you still had to pay for, and now look at you. Look at you. You're like on cloud nine. You're like,
it used to be better. No, back in the
only
day,
$6 for that first one.
My Sox summer. Let's be honest, and I still got them. I got stacks, probably like 60 of them free drinks. Remember them designated drivers?
Yeah, you gotta have those.
I always feel bad going getting a designated driver pop. And
you ain't feel that bad. You ain't not feel that bad going to get that shit.
No.
So, fellas, Alexis popped into the chat with a very important question here. How many bottles of cool water do you go through in a baseball season, Ollie?
It's Invictus.
It's Invictus.
Alexis.
I've only bought cool water once in my life, and that was to give to my brother for Christmas. I have never worn that shit.
All right. So how many bottles of Invictus? Because you're drenched in that shit when I see you.
You do.
Well, I get the Magnum size bottle. It's like a big,
Of course you do.
Yeah,
I like
it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got probably 2 or 3 bottles. I got different sizes. I got one for the traveling case. Like it's under the 4 ounces.
A traveling size case?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, those traveling size bottle and stuff like that.
Just in case,
I got one of those, and then but I'd say 1 to 2 bottles a year for sure. I mean,
1 to 2 Magnum bottles.
Well, no, Magnums I probably go about 1 a year. I bought one last Christmas. I still got probably a third or a quarter left still of it, so it's still going good. Because I don't wear it.
Alexis.
I don't wear it when I go to work. I don't wear cologne when I go to work. I only wear it when I go out. Like, anytime I go somewhere in public, I always put cologne. It's just a habit. I was always brought that way. Even in high school, I used to wear extra car. I've always done that. Then Polo Sport, and then Obsession, and
What's your spray technique? Do you just do the
it's like I don't have a shirt on.
Or spray and then walk in.
I put the chain in my mouth. I don't want to get my chain wet.
Nice. I like this.
Like 4 or 5 squirts.
Oh my God, 4 or 5.
Just on the chest? Nowhere else?
No, just on the chest.
Okay.
No, 4 or 5 squirts on the chest.
Yeah.
He showers in it first, though.
That was also his favorite 2000s porn series. So.
Yeah. Before I
This
go
is
out.
This is tough one. Best concert you've ever been to?
So that's a tie, and they're both 10 years apart. First concert I ever went to was 1984. Michael Jackson and his brothers, the Victory Tour at Old Comiskey.
Oh shit!
So that, and then 10 years later, flash forward 94, Pink Floyd, the Vision Bell Tour. Those are my 2. I can't. As much as you gotta pick one, I can't.
Wait, I got this question here. The Vision Bell Tour. Is Waters on that tour?
No,
or is
Waters was gone after.
I might remove
Final
you
Cut.
No.
Gilmore's awesome.
Yeah, Gilmore's awesome.
It easy.
I'm not saying Gilmore's not. I'm just saying
Mason.
I want Gilmore Waters.
You ain't gonna see that ever.
Well, I know that.
He's a jerk. He's a jerk.
Well, no, there's just so much bad blood. Gilmore was such a jerk. Waters
is a prick.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Now he's definitely come back, and wants to. And Gilmore's just like, I'm done with this shit. And especially now that Richard Wright's dead, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. An important question here: over under 3.5 bathroom beers delivered next season.
You know what? I don't know if there's ever any more bathroom beers after the fucking chastise I got from you, Teresi.
Hey.
Yeah.
I know what you do in there, man. I don't want none of that action.
I put it on top. I washed my hands. They weren't open. They were unsealed. I mean, my section was right next to me. Like
I was. Safe. I barely rub my balls on your beer. Don't worry about it. And mine are smooth as shit. Don't worry about it.
I'm with Ian. I would love.
I know you are. That's one of your fans. Yeah.
I would love a Sid Barrett. I mean, he's not alive.
I think he's way dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he got through the 70s. So, but yeah, I think Sid Barrett just fucking.
God.
Those are some weird ass albums back then, but I love that.
Thanks,
Cheers
Gordo.
to
He
you,
says,
Gordo.
cheers to a great guest. Thank you, Gordo.
Hey.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, Gordo, and cheers to Pink Floyd. God damn, they're good.
Yeah.
And cheers to Wally Money, because I appreciate you coming on and coming and talking some White Sox with us, but especially to come on here and know that the maniacs in the chat are going to ask you questions, and then you're just willing to answer them all. And I love that about you. That's one of the most endearing things about Wally. If you ever hang out with him, you never feel like you're getting bullshit. Like you might hear some wild ass story, but you're like, man, that shit probably actually happened.
Oh, it always happened. It always,
and like,
I mean, I hear what you want to hear, but it always be the truth.
and I love that about you. And
A lot of quotables from him too.
A lot of quotables.
There's no question.
A lot of game worn jerseys.
Yeah.
Wreck the fit. Wreck the fit. I don't want to.
And I'll tell you, a lot of good goddamn times with this guy.
Yeah.
So Wally, we appreciate you. I thank you for coming on the show.
Oh,
as
thanks for having me,
always.
guys.
And we will see you hopefully very soon, man.
Definitely at the 108 day, if not sooner. But I'll see my sex summer tomorrow. But everybody else,
you'll see me tomorrow.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you and your families.
Kwanzaa.
Give everybody.
You too, my friend.
Yeah, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever. Everybody just give all of the wives and kids, the same notices and their family and parents, and hope everybody's well and healthy.
Same to you,
Happy
my
holidays to you, Wally, and to your
All the blessings.
ever expanding family.
They follow my lead. They're definitely my kids.
Definitely my
Talk to you soon, buddy. Oh man,
Definitely my
I love
That was great. He was just getting in where he fits in, like he always does.
Yeah,
I can't believe no one really brought the noise, man. Let me read a question that I was going to read to him that was going to take the gloves off immediately. I was going to ask, whose ass would he most like to kick that sits in the 108? I want to see what kind of answer he would come up with. You don't want to answer that shit.
You know who
All
it's
right,
going to
wait,
be.
wait. Do
You
they
know who
have-
it's going to
do
be.
they have
It don't even
tickets?
have matter.
Huh?
I mean, if it has to be out of the three of us, it's
Just
me.
not us.
Really.
No, just
108.
anyone in the whole 108 who sits in
Okay.
108 semi-regularly or whatever the fuck who comes
Do they have
to
tickets
whatever.
there, or they just come?
They don't have to have tickets. They
don't have to have
just come-
tickets.
Come by.
Just come by.
We know the obvious choice.
Oh yeah, we do know that.
Well, we know it. I don't know. If
That's why I want to see if he's going to admit it or not. Is he going to plead? Is he going to plead on me right here? Is he going to go for it? He's going to plead the fifth.
everyone's
He didn't show up for last year too much, so
He didn't.
I think if the Sox are winning and Gabe comes through,
oh shit!
He did not plead the fifth.
You should have pleaded the fifth.
Gabe's an alright dude. I'm not, but he's the mush. He's the mush every
the
time.
mush.
When they're winning, he comes. They start losing. You got to tell. You always tell them to
Gotta
leave.
go.
Man.
Time to go. I'll be honest.
I will say this is all in good fun. He's not gonna actually pick
no.
Gabe.
Gabe's a great guy. He actually had a Spaces on earlier that I was listening to. It was,
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was doing a bunch of like Cartman from South Park like impressions and stuff like that, and stuff like that.
Oh
It was
shit!
actually-
Damn.
It was actually kind of entertaining. But, no, it's all up.
Tadahito knew it before you said it, man.
You guys know. I mean, it ain't no secret.
I thought you were gonna say someone else. I honestly
Me
thought you were
too.
gonna say someone else.
I got someone else. I ain't saying. I ain't saying. But I got someone else as well. We'll talk off air afterwards.
I think I
We'll
know.
talk afterwards. Yeah, we got the same person. I'm sure.
All right, guys.
We'll be backstage soon enough to talk to you about that.
All right.
Let's hang out.
All right.
Oh my God! It's not Luke, by the way.
It's
But
not-
but that is it's
Might be, though.
it's that time of the show
It
to
is.
get to a few thank yous here.
Oh,
I got to get a
beautiful.
thank you, and that's going to be my thank you is actually Brewhand Luke, man. So Brewhand Luke has been continuing to pump out Christmas beer videos every day. Every day. For 24 days he's doing it. It's awesome. Go check it out on our YouTube channel. I love it. And this goes into my GFY, which is To My Suck Summer, for continuing to bash Christmas beers as Luke is going through this and trying to do something great for us. You're going, fuck Christmas beers. I hate them. They're the worst. You goddamn prick. Why can't you just shut your fucking mouth for a month?
Yes.
Why are you giving it a second play? You're the dum dum now. Now your brother was the dum dum. You are now head dum dum. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what am I? What was I a dum dum for? What the fuck for?
Dude, you're always a dum dum.
Oh, get out of here! I get it out there, baby. I lay it out there for everybody. I'm always helping.
MSS is just glad he can blame other people than his kids for shit.
That's right.
All right, MSS, who are you thinking? Or GFY?
I don't think this has happened since we started the show. And since we started this segment in the show, a rare 2 week in a row thank you to Dougie Fresh. Dougie Fresh gets my thank you again this week. He selected us to be part of his advent calendar of bourbons, us and the bums, and he brought that by. And not only did he bring it by and drop it off at my house, which was great because Illinois was playing and getting their ass kicked by Penn State. That was bad. But he also come rolling into the house and goes, "Hey, I got to get a cooler because I'm going to share some beers with you." And he brought me some he brought me some rare beers that his buddy had reconditioned in his own barrels. So he had a Bourbon County Stout 2021. He conditioned it in a Bourbon County barrel with Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and it tasted just like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Unbelievable. And then he had a Rev 10, I think it's called Rev 10 beer, and he conditioned that with I can't remember, like cinnamon and Keiko, like chocolate, and then like some vanilla. It was just, unbelievable shit. And it made me almost forget about the fact that Illinois was getting their asses handed to them at home by Penn State. So it's 2 week in a row. You just set the bar high. Dougie Fresh, thank you very much, my man.
Yeah, and I'll double up on that there, Dougie. That I went down to my Sock Summer's house and picked up that advent calendar, and I was like I didn't know what to expect. I just heard, "Hey, Dougie put together this advent calendar for us," and me and Quincy will do advent things every once in a while. We'll just get like some little boxes and stuff and put them together and be like, "This is the advent calendar,"
Yeah.
This shit is
Funko.
This is like a fucking real, it feels like it's like a store bought, like fucking awesome. Like it's incredible. Like I was looking at, I was like, I think I sent him a message. I think I sent it to you guys too. Where I was just like, this is fucking beautiful. This is this is amazing. And so I will lead into this and Beef. I know you're gonna definitely be there. My Sock Summary, maybe you'll join us. We're gonna do a show this weekend.
Yes, we are.
Possibly live.
We'll see.
If we can make it work live, I haven't touched the advent calendar yet. I'm going to bring it down.
Oh, shit.
And I'm going to be pulling from the advent calendar for the show. But we'll see we'll see how it all comes together. It's going to be tough to do live because we're going to be in the same room, and we fucked that up pretty royally last time. So I think I've got it down. But we'll see how it goes. But if we do, I'll be pulling from there, and I can't wait. Beef, who are you thinking this week?
I have a thank you and a GFY, and it's going to go to the same goddamn thing. It's Terry Benedict's place, the Bellagio Casino in Las Vegas. I want to give them a thank you for dealing an honest-to-fucking-God 3-2 blackjack game with decent rules for only $25 minimum in the morning that a regular-ass dude can come up there and play. Every fucking Vegas casino has been switching to the 6-5 bullshit, changing the rules, or if they give you a real blackjack game, the limits are $200, $500. This was a normal-ass, affordable game that Unc Beef could play very comfortably. But also, go fuck yourselves because of all the drawouts in my 90-minute session that caused me to lose $500. In fact, Teresi came up to see me play for a little while, and he couldn't believe how many bad beats I took.
I'm going to stop you because this past trip, we had probably one of the best crap sessions that I've ever been a part of. Yeah. Like we watched the guy roll for like 30 straight minutes. Then we were playing on it, and he was hitting everything, and it was fucking awesome. The opposite happened to you at that blackjack table. I came by for like 15 minutes, And I shit you not, in 15 minutes, Beef lost 5 hands where the dealer had ended up with 5 cards.
Oh my
Like
god!
they drew like
Yes,
it was like they keep drawing and it's like, oh, they got a soft 16. Oh, there's a 5. Yeah.
Here it
And he
comes.
never had a bad hand in it. Like he's like, I got 20. That should be all right. And it's like, nope.
No, it's not.
15 cards later, the dealer has 21. It was I've never seen a run so bad. And what's weird is Beef was like, though, they're dealing a good blackjack game here. And I'm just like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? You should be mad.
I was happy to be playing. I was happy to be playing an honest game.
Much
What I thought was honest. I was losing my ass, but I thought it was honest at
They're
least.
kicking my ass, but at least it's an honest way to kick my ass.
Basically, yes. So thank you, and go fuck yourselves, Bellagio.
Well, with that, I think it's time for us to go. So we will see you all very soon, and hopefully we'll get to do a quick show this weekend, and we'll see you then. So be ready to be in the comments on Saturday, and we'll tweet out what time is and everything. But we'll talk to you then, and we'll see you very soon.
Later.